From Los Angeles, this is Montserrat Radio. You're listening to Montserrat Radio.
So we're going to start, of course, with the Wall Street journals, and you can see that trend that started, and I want you to kind of keep in mind the different dates, because I am noticing a lot more pattern shifts, which would indicate to me that something very nasty this way comes. But we're now in our 9th week where we've had all 10 sectors selling, but only 8 of those sectors buying. And even though it looks like it's pretty low in here, and I always put these in order anymore too, you can see in technology, which is all the rage, is technology. For every $1 worth of buys, there's $99 worth of selling. So I think that we can see that we're somewhere near a market top. And the particular company that I chose to highlight today is, let's see, Genpack Ltd., which really, they specialize in artificial intelligence. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But I want to point particularly, okay, the volume seems actually it's growing a little bit in here as the market is going up. Okay, but look at over the last 12 months, all of the selling that they've been doing. But here's the ticker. About half of it, almost half of it, has taken place in the last 3 months. You know, this company, there's no bad news about them. So there's something going on, but typically near a market top, you have the insiders, the guys that know what are going on, getting out. And we can also see it here because this brings us to an additional pattern shift that I just discovered yesterday. I love doing these things because I look at things a little bit differently, or maybe that I wouldn't have otherwise looked at. So we all know, we've talked about how corporations have been buying back their shares of stock and how that can hide a lot of the insider selling. Okay. Well, this particular graph goes back to 2009, right? So at the depth of the crisis. And this red dashed line are corporations buying back their shares of stock. This bottom line here that's down so low, these are institutions. These are institutions. So you have the institutions, and we saw that last week when we looked at Tesla, how much less the institutions own now. So here's the institutions. Here's what the insiders are doing. But the corporations have been buying back the stock to keep the markets floating up. This blue line, this blue bar graph area here are stock buybacks. And then these are dividend payments. Now, when they buy back a share of stock, there's less stock on the market, and that makes their earnings per share look better than the reality of it. But they've done all of that buying back, not all of it, but they've done quite a bit of that buying back, taking on corporate debt, which has almost doubled since 2009. Does this and this kind of look correlated? Of course it does. But the Wall Street Journal just came out with this article on saying goodbye to the buybacks because the markets are so expensive that corporations are starting to pull that back. And I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. How do we know that for sure? Because, of course, we're seeing a lot of the buyback activity. So what I did was I pulled an ETF, PKW, which tracks the NASDAQ, those companies that are part of the NASDAQ that have bought back at least 5% of their shares over the previous 12 months. So I ran that on a relative performance chart against the NASDAQ itself. And this is what it looks like, and it's really interesting to me because, and I started this one in 2008, so you can see that the red line and the blue line are absolutely pretty much right on top of each other until you get right here to 2012. And we do know that there were a lot of shifts that happened in 2013. But once that shift, you can see that pattern shift. I point that out where it took more buying back of the stocks to push the stock market up than before. Well, guess what? Here's another pattern shift that actually started the beginning of this year, where now both your shares and your buybacks were again right on top of each other until just recently. Now, this is what that looks like more closely. So you can see right here, they're right on top of each other. And this started in January of this year. And all of a sudden, you've got a divergence where, again, it took more, it took more stock to move, buying back to move the market up. But this is the one that's critical in here. And this just started, oh my goodness, in October. So we saw the shift in the pattern. You don't have to go back to it, Carl. But the first time that there was a shift in this particular pattern where not all sectors were buying.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show. Conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your host, Benny Wilson.
Good afternoon, and it's 2:26 p.m. Pacific time. Welcome to the Fake News Show. This is your host, B. My God, I said, if there's anything good coming out today, I will do a show, and that's exactly what I'm doing, because today was tremendous. It was huge. Oh my God. I don't know where to even start. Where should I start? Might as well start with the beautiful Miss Lynette Sang, which, by the way, her record is outstanding. Whenever she calls something big comes out. So I'll just tell you guys, this lady, she has her own YouTube channel. It's called ITN Trading. And go ahead, go and subscribe. She has over 14,000 people in her channel. She's always on target. And she called it up right now. She called this week the Nasdaq's week of the year. Wow. The stocks all over are going crazy. I got the news here. I got the evidence here. I got the links, and I got you covered. My God, it's going crazy, guys. I'm telling you. My God. This is going to go down. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty, guys. My goodness. Okay. So let's... Oh, Jesus, where should I start? Okay, let's start with... Let's start with the news. Alright, shall we? Let's go to the news. The dollar index is showing 93.26. It's still going up. But I'm going to tell you something. The dollar index is being manipulated. It's being inflated. Okay? It's being inflated for many reasons. Because one of the reasons is the media. See, the media doesn't want you to know that the whole thing is going to collapse. They don't want you to know that. Donald Trump knows exactly what's happening. He knows exactly what's happening. He talks about that he's going to bring the biggest Christmas presents for all of us. Okay? So what could that be? Could that be the tax plan? That could be the tax plan, We're all going to be beneficiated for that. We also know that the tax plan can be potentially be the big breakthrough in the financial system. And when we have that, when we get the financial system already covered, guess what's next? The RB. Okay? Because it's going to be a financial system. It's financial breakthrough. And as the prophecy says, there will be a financial breakthrough and the dinar. So that dinar is waiting. So I'm gonna tell you how the dinar is waiting. But somebody posted on my wall, but my jet did not check something even better in that same website. It was huge what I'm about to talk to you. All right. So hold on. Let me just tell you what's going on right now. So let me go to the news. First of all, let me just telling everybody who holds Bitcoin, and I'm talking about the whole Bitcoin itself. Congratulations, you're $10,000 rich or more. So this is all over the news. Basically, the Bitcoin actually reaches $11,000 in less than 24 hours and then drop to $10,000. So that shows that something big is about to happen. And for all of you who just think that because of the Bitcoin going so high it's not going to affect the market, you are totally wrong. It's going to affect the market in a way that not many people will call it off. Watch. That's also a breakthrough, okay? That is also a breakthrough because a lot of corporations are right now investing in Bitcoin. They are investing in Bitcoin. We know that for sure, okay? And also, I got some inside intel information regarding Electronium. For those who are in Electronium, okay? Go and buy Electronium. That's all I gotta tell you. Go and buy Electronium. You can go to Cryptopia, fund it, and buy Electronium. Buy Electronium, and that's it. Do not ask me why. Just buy Electronium, okay? All right, so let's go to the news. Something happened here. Whoops. Okay, so before I give you the news, guys, let me just tell you something about. I just received a call, and during the call, my friend told me that someone in the Netherlands is about to get arrested. And I'm not going to mention his name, but he has only 48 hours to get arrested. Alright, that's it. That's all I got to tell you. Alright, so the dollar is going down apparently because right now in the metal prices, the dollar is devaluing. That is something that is not reflected in the index. And the reason is because gold is going up. Okay? So gold is going up, and we're seeing that there's some shaking right now. And we just barely on Wednesday. So we know something is about to happen by Friday or Saturday. And I just posted on my Facebook page that the countdown starts December the 1st. And the reason why it starts on December the 1st is because we have scheduled a lot of events that will happen on December the 1st. And this is huge. This is tremendous. Now notice that I posted something that will happen on December the 1st. And all those, so-called gurus from the Chinese market will come out and say, oh, we're all going to exchange on December the 1st. Watch. Just watch. And as soon as I got those so-called retard intel, I will let you know. And this time, I will let you know who actually saying this. Because they want to be ridiculed public, I will do that for them. I'm actually gonna give them the big favor to be famous as the biggest retard in the Netherlands. Okay? So December the 1st, it is scheduled to be huge, and I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, it is being scheduled that the tax plan in the Senate will be voted by December the 1st. Second, it has been broadcast, it has been reported the government shutdown issue, the debt ceiling is being scheduled to be starting to be debated and to be actually voted for an agreement by December the 1st. Okay? Also, I want to talk to you about this news right here. And it caught my attention because I knew about this one, just that they know that date. So I like I told you, I received a call because I called them. The guy did not answer the phone call. He returned the call immediately. And I asked him a question because, one of my jets actually posted on my Facebook page. And it caught my attention because I knew about this meeting. It's just that I didn't know exactly the details. So let me read that news for you, okay? Let me see if I can move this because for some reason I cannot move it. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Regulators edge closer to a deal. And this is called for the bank industry. Like I've been telling you, if you want to know about the RB, you need to follow the banks, okay? Follow the banks, because if you don't follow the banks, you're not following anything, okay? You're not following the stupid family dragon, like that Rita is saying. No, you follow the, okay? That's where the money is. This is not working. So basically, let me tell you what's going on. For some reason now I'm having problems browsing around, but that's fine because I read it before. It's about the banks in Europe. Basically, there are some of the in Europe and some also in America. And basically, this happened. This regulation, because it's a regulation, okay, happens after years after 9/11 happened. Let me just read that news for you. It says regulators edge closer to deal on global bank capital rules. Okay, remember about the rules, the big change. Okay, all right. The oversight body for global banking regulator said on Friday it will meet on December the 7th. Are you listening? They're going to meet on December the 7th. It is the clearest sign yet that the deal on completing post-financial crisis capital rules is financial on the cards. France has been a key holdout for completing the Basel III rules. And people familiar with the negotiation have said the oversight body will not meet unless a deal has been formally agreed. Now, let me just tell you what's going on. I remember a lot of people asking me this question. Benny, can you please tell me about a bank so I can go and exchange that are Basel III compliance? And my first question to them was this. Do you know what is Basel III? And I'm not joking about this. Nobody knows what Basel III is. So why would you ask me if your bank is Basel III compliance when you don't have a freaking idea what is Basel III is? That shows you that a lot of people are retarded, because who in the world are going to ask me something not knowing what exactly that is? You know why? Because people don't care about details. People only care about when to get paid. That's all they care about. That is all they care about. Start the book, right, Benny? Tell me when I'm gonna get paid. So if you put yourself in that situation, I will put in my situation too. All right. I'm gonna answer your question. If you know what is Basel III, describe for me what is Basel III. Define to me what is Basel III. Since you don't know how to answer this simple question, I have the right not to answer back to you. Okay? Because these are the same people who allege to know every single detail in the RB process, and when it comes to be answering a simple question, they don't know crap. They don't. That's what I politely tell everybody. Don't worry about those details. Just follow that information. And I don't bother to teach anybody what is Basel III. Okay? I don't bother. But for this time, and this is something that wow, my God, it's been months. People asking me the same stupid question. What is Basel III? I mean, they didn't ask me what Basel III is. Hey, Benny, where's the bank that is Basel III compliance? How about Tier 1 and Tier 2, Benny? How about Tier 3 bank, Benny? Do you need bank, Benny? They don't know what the heck they're asking. They don't know. So I'm going to give you the knowledge right now. What is Basel III is. Before I finish this whole article. Because you need to know what is Basel III is. Where did it come from? And why they come out with this Basel III stuff is. It's a regulation. It's a set of rules, okay? Basel III is a set of international banking regulation, okay, developed by the banks that set among international banks. And basically they did that to promote stability in the international financial system. The purpose of Basel III is to reduce the ability to banks to damage the economy by taking off excess risk. In other words, is an entity that all banks must report to them if they decide to invest in something too risky. Because before that, Basel III, any corrupt bank and broker and banker and financial advisors, they will do whatever they want to freaking do regardless of what they do, even if they go down the whole bank. That's the reason they come out with Basel III, because back in 2001, that was the biggest bullshit they gave us when all these banks were considering to go bankrupt. Because it was the biggest bullshit. They never actually lost anything. And since there was no mechanism to actually control what they were doing behind the curtains, under the table, and behind the government, they came out with Basel III. So now they are talking about changing the rules. What are the rules? Basically, they hope that all the banks, the corrupt banks, will agree in an agreement that basically force them to report them whatever they want to invest, to minimize, not to eliminate, but to minimize a collapse. Okay? So basically what they are trying to do is, hey fellow, we all know we are crook. Okay, just let me know how crook we are and I will let you know if we can do this or not. And if we can do this, let's just minimize it by just going down this way, and hopefully we get our government to pay our same mistakes, etc., etc. That is corruption. That is Basel III. So if you're so concerned about going to a bank and that bank be compliant with Basel III, I just told you, don't worry about the details, because regardless of what you do, if you such a retard to leave all your money in one bank, that is your fault. You need to diversify your money. Look for credit unions. You look for community unions. Make sure that those banks are not owned by the cabal, and diversify your money. Put a little part right there, put a little part in another bank, put another 20% in another bank. Look for banks around in China, look banks in Europe, look banks that are not owned by the cabal, etc., etc. Minimize your potential that they will take your money in case of a bailout or bail-in. That's what it is. That is what it is, Basel III. But people did not know what exactly what Basel III is. So right now, They are about to have a meeting in December 7. And they need to come out with an answer. They need to come out with an agreement because they are about to have the financial reset. Remember what I've been telling you about financial reset. What is the financial reset? The financial reset is basically a war against the corruption. Delete everything, all the fuck-ups they did before, and then restart all over again. That's basically what it is. It's the change of rules. It's be a little bit more transparent what you're going to do. And by years, going through the years, they will combat the corruption, and when they get rid of the corruption, at least 80%, assumingly. But that's basically what it is. So it caught my attention, this news. One of my just posted on my Facebook page, and I want to make sure that everybody understands what Basel III is, okay? Because whenever you want to, if you want to be a smart ass, don't try to protect or defend a topic that you don't know nothing about, please. I mean, look, I'm an ex-banker. I will never go against a doctor. I will never go against a doctor. I probably will not agree with them. But would I say that I know more than him? No. Because I don't know shit about medicine. Seriously. I would not know. I would not even debate another guy with another topic of knowledge that I know nothing about. That is being retarded. So don't come to me and try to convince me about this stuff because you don't know the crap. Seriously. You look stupid. Alright? Seriously. So let me just finish the article. The oversight body known as the Group of Governors and Head of Supervision is chaired by Mario Draghi, President of the European Central Bank. A news conference will be held at December the 7th in Frankfurt, that's Germany, where the GHOS meeting takes place on the same day. GOSS called a meeting in January but was forced to postpone it after it became clear a deal could not be reached. So they were scheduled to go on January next year to do this meeting, but they were forced. Why they were forced? Because the reason is happening in December. It could not call a meeting next month if it is a repeat embarrassment. The rules have been drafted by the Basel Committee of Banking Supervisors from the world's main financial centers. The committee Secretary General William Cohen said last month that the members were in the last few meters of the marathon with the finish line in sight. It is fairly clear that the result will be, Cohen said. So they believe that they will be in agreement on that day, which that day will be December the 7th. Now let me give you the intel that I actually, that's the reason why I call my contact. They are scheduled to go December the 7th, but they can do it as early as December the 1st. Bingo. Okay? They can do it as early as December the 1st. So no, Reuters.com was not updated to this intel. They are scheduled to have the meeting in France as early as December the 1st. So now you have the reason why I've been telling you that the news right now are huge. Very, very huge. So we got number one, the tax plan in the Senate vote. We know that it's going to affect the stock exchange. It's been reported by many news, and it's been reported by many experts. They're also going to have to deal with the shutdown of the government and the Basel III. And here comes the big shocking news, guys. Are you ready? Alright, so let me go to that website because I was enjoying myself. I was just laughing my ass off. I mean, I was like laughing so big. Even my mother came out, "Are you crazy?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm crazy. I can't believe it's right in front of us and nobody noticed it." So let me go ahead and read this news. Where is it? Jesus, I think I lost it. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this and this and this. Okay. Alright, so I'm closing all the windows here. Sorry for that. And I'm closing this too. Okay. And let me go for the news right now. Here it is. It comes from Iraq. Here we go. This was the news that one of my jets actually he actually posted on my page. Okay, so let me read it. Directly from the board of governors, decided that Iraq market is a stock market crash for a week. So the stock exchange in Iraq, we are talking about the stock exchange in Iraq, okay? It crashed for a week, starting on Tuesday, the 26th. The board is playing in the mainstream of the stock exchange on Sunday that in order to make way for the brokerage firms to settle their activities in accordance with the procedure of the banks, the board identified on Monday the 25th. The board identified on Monday 25th of December. We're not even there. To be the last trading session this year. Okay, so they said that by December the 25th, which is Christmas, it will be the last day for them to be trading the dinar. Okay, to be last trading session this year in Tuesday, January the 2nd, 2018, to resume the work of the stock exchange of Iraq. The first trading session in the new year. The weakness of Iraqi market index declined during the period since the beginning of the year by 13.8%, losing 89.62 points, level by the end of 2016. It closed on Sunday at the level of 559.86 points. And the reason why it's failing on the trading is because, like I've been telling everybody, what are the two conditions for every single currency to revalue? I don't care if it is hard money or virtual money. The two conditions for any currency to revalue are domain and supply. That's anybody demanding the dinar, the Iraqi dinar. Not right now. They are getting demand as we are getting closer for them to raise the value, and you will see everybody getting that demand because they're holding the dinar. There's one thing about, okay, let's get in, let's trade the dinar with that program rate. Nobody cares. But the minute that they will raise the value, everybody will jump in the game. Okay? So this is an indication that they're going to start the trading December the 1st. They're going to start the trading December the 1st. And why will that be in December the 1st? Because we know for a fact that if they're going to trigger the stock exchange, the stock exchanges all around Middle East will be triggered potentially, and we will see the big breakthrough. Now, let me tell you what happened here. And this is the part that my jet did not see. And I click on that link that said stock exchange movement. And I did a click on that link. And let me put it in English. And it's showing a staggering news from November the 29th. That shows that every single stock exchange in the Middle East is right now collapsing. Let me read every single news right now. Number one, November the 29th, million market losses for the Palestine Stock Exchange. 50 billion in a week. Number two, trades monthly Bahrain Stock Exchange rebound with support of ALBA. The general index of Bahrain Stock Exchange ended the monthly trading dealings during the month of November in 2017. High supported by Alba the Industrial. That's one industrial. Number 3, Gulf and foreigners are turning for sale market in Muscat. Number 4, Egypt stocks rise as the highest in weekly peace in 3 months. Number 5, Tunis stock exchange closes higher at the end of trading today. Number 6, purchases of foreign in Arabic stock exchange in Egypt rises to the highest historical level. Number 8, Taisi climbed the 6th session and hitting for the 7,000. Parallel jumps 5%. That's in Saudi Arabia stock market. Number 8, Palestine stock exchange closed down amid high liquidity. Number 9, stock market leadership toppled Abu Dhabi in November. That's in Dubai. Number 10, Oman's index closed support leaders. That's in Amman stock exchange. And that is a trend that even come out on the news here in the United States. There are a lot of shakeups in the Middle East. Hello, breakthrough in the stock exchange. Remember that. Bahrain market at the highest weekly level in 2 months ago. Dubai market falling largest monthly pace since October 2015. Iraq index closed marginally higher liquidity and jumped to 10.5 billion dinars. Negative performance of Kuwait Stock Exchange in November amid a decline of trading. Real estate shares leading by Abu Dhabi index weekly losses. Shares and financial services in Muscat are closing. Restores of the Dubai market for weekly declines. Qatar stock market rises to 6% at the closing activity and the pace of trading. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And you guys, you have no idea what's happening. The markets are declining, going up, going down, going up. And these are not just climb up or climb down. These are no normal activities. And we're talking about tremendous shakeups in the market. And you guys don't hear crap in the main media because they want to avoid chaos and panic. There you go. This is the biggest information I can give you so far in all this time I've been providing you with intel and news. And it can happen this week. Because if we have a hiccup, they have a big infection. If we have a shakeup, they have that huge mega earthquake. If we have a breakthrough, these people will be filthy rich. Why? Because we are the biggest economy in the planet. So whatever happened to us, they'll happen to them 3 times, 4 times, even better. So as you can see, guys, things are not looking the way a lot of people are telling you. I'm not calling for a big collapse, but I'm calling for something big that will happen. Basically, just like this lady said about it. They are stopping the investments. They don't see other ways to go ahead with the investment. They are pulling out from the investment. Remember yesterday, I reported that the event that they call it the frog. Basically, they put all the frogs in a bowl of water, and the hotter they get, then you'll see all those frogs coming out of the pot. That's basically the same thing. When every single investor sees that there is nothing for them to invest, they will come out and something's going to collide. That's when the big correction will come and we will see that big breakthrough. I'm trying to basically give you a clear scope as what's actually going to happen. There will be a correction that may affect us big time. But hopefully, it's not going to be as big as many people are calling it. So, this thing can happen at any time right now. December the 1st is probably the countdown, because as you can see, we got 4 events. We got the tax plan in the Senate vote. We got the shutdown issue. We got the Basel III meeting. And we got Iraq going officially. This is not something that, been hiding, and I've been reporting that they actually been trading internationally. This is officially, they're going to trade in the Iraqi stock exchange, and they will trade the Iraq dinar. Watch. So we got everything, all these events coming in one day. Remember what the prophet says, that I'm going to make everything in one day. That's what the prophet said. That was Lana Bowser said, I'm going to make and I'm going to shock everybody, because I will do everything in one day. Could December the 1st be that day? Let's hope so. Okay? Let's just hope that everything will be on that day. And it looked like so beautifully. It looks tremendous. Look, we just got this guy in channel NBC, one of the biggest guys in NBC. And when God told me, I'm going to destroy the media, I was like, wow, my Lord, you're going to destroy the media? And I said, yes. He said, my Lord said, because I'm going to give a new definition of the word truth to the media. So I was like, that's wonderful. And I reported it not too long ago. I think it was maybe probably about a month and a half. And I reported, God told me He was going to destroy the media. And we've been seeing all these people from the media getting fired because they've been perverts. They've been molesting people. They've been molesting women. And we see all these politicians, the same thing. Notice that it's some with the same thing. They're actually bringing women testifying against them. And there's nothing you can do but just taking it. Because obviously, the law favors women more than men. You can be easily false accused by a woman or 2 or 3 and getting fired and not being truth. And that is the truth. But we've seen that this guy, which has been a puppet from the establishment, and now is getting fired. This guy actually made millions of dollars in the industry. And this guy is, oh my God, this guy has probably one of the most famous guy right now in the news broadcast. I'm talking about Matt Lauer. And Matt Lauer is being fired, supposedly because he's been sexual harass a lady. And, well, she's gone. He's gone. And I can tell you right now, knowing how corrupt and filthy, perverse is the media, that many of the people right now, many of the big broadcasters right now are asking, my God, I wish no one comes and do the same thing to me. I'm just telling you. I know for sure that they are thinking they're really, really not happy right now, than living, counting the days that nobody will come out after them. So we can see that these things are happening in front of us, and is shaking the media, is shaking the news, because the news is basically the biggest weapon. The media is the biggest weapon they have for a brainwash. This is the way they control us, and it's huge. It's really, really huge. Also, I want to inform you guys that I talked to Mario, and Mario told me that nothing has been changed so far, but we know that something is going on. We know that very, very soon they will probably call Mario or call me and say, hey, we ready. So let's just wait, okay? But Mario is very, very, very optimistic today. I found it today very optimistic. He was like, no, they haven't returned my call, but I know something is going on, and I know we're going to make it this time. So there you go. So let's wait. Hopefully we get our green light pretty soon. And also I am waiting for tremendous news. I'm gonna repeat this again. I'm waiting for tremendous news in the next, 12 hours, the most 24 hours. Tomorrow will be November the 30th. I even think that something's gonna happen in Iraq in the next few hours. People in Iraq are telling me the same thing. We haven't heard about Baghdadi. We know that they catch him. So they holding him. They either trying to get all the truth out of him, and then they will kill him. And then they will say, "Oh, they found it dead." I know how they do it, because the government cannot say, we got a Baghdadi. They cannot say that, because then he will become a martyr. Okay, and you don't want to expose the whole country just because they got a retard like him. So they just need to catch him, get the truth out of him, kill him, and drop him. That's it. That's basically what they're gonna do. They're not gonna hold it. They're not gonna make him go in a trial. They won't do that. They're just gonna get rid of it. They're gonna get that whatever they can from him, and they're gonna kill him. Simple. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen the next few days. We know that something beautiful is gonna happen, because our Lord Jesus Christ promised us that He's gonna work in a wonderful, marvelous ways. Has been repeated by many prophets, by Lana Bowser, by Mark Taylor, even by King Clement has said it before, and we know that this is our month. Everything is basically making us believe that this month will be a beautiful December to remember, and let's hope that we all get the best beautiful Christmas for all of us, and not only for all of us, but for humanity. Because if we go in exchange, my friends, we're going to change the world. I really do believe we are going to change the world. So let me just go and check my messages, and then if you got any questions, I will answer them before I leave. It says, I saw that article, but I dropped one bomb for the day, so I left that one for Benny. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. All right, this is what King Clement said, and also Mark Taylor, too, about the truth being reported in the media. Exactly. It says, remember, Iraq is 10 hours ahead of us. Yes, and that's exactly what I'm waiting in a few hours. Sorry, I had it on Spanish. Okay. Is this the Spanish version? I don't think so, unless I'm thinking in Spanish. I'm thinking in English and talking in Spanish. It might be, but I don't think so. Papa Bear is right here again, and let's see what Papa Bear has to say there. This is not a live show, it's a replay with a different name, clickbait. Oh, that's how nice. At least he's not attacking me, insulting me, Papa Bear. Alright, Bill Hogwarts, basil 4.75% basil, 5% 100. Frank Lowe started there, covers 50% guarantee by bank, I think. I do know, but take people to get out of the mattress, then go see knowledge. Okay, let's see other people saying, Benny is the old show with a different name, clickbait, you damn ass. Oh, there you go. That's the old Papa Bear I know. Thank you so much, you retard. And let's go back over here, and Kelo from Puerto Rico. And then is Linda, and Jim said, may God bless Benny. Thank you, best. God bless you. And let's see other people's opinion. Only beautiful messages other than my wonderful enemy, Popo Bear, which he loves me so much. He has to listen to my show, and he loves to be blocked. Thank you so much for coming back, and you give me the pleasure to block your ass. Thank you. Anyway, so let's go. Let's do this tonight. Let's do this. A beautiful November to remember. Also November to remember, and December to remember. So let's make a November to remember. Let's pressure this time, and let's hope for the better. And also, let's be ready for the worst. Remember, be ready for the worst and be ready for the best. Because, look, this is the beauty about life. This is the beauty about God. See, when God gives us something, He will act in a marvelous such a way that when you think everything has been ended, when you really think that everything collapsed, something will flourish. And it's going to be so big. It's going to be so huge. And I've been telling everybody, remember you, God will make the most beautiful miracle. And I'm telling you, every knee will go to their knees and they're going to cry and going to praise the Lord, because this is going to be gorgeous. I'm just telling you, God told me that. Thank you so much for your attention, my friends. And let's hope for the better. If something really good happens tomorrow, I'll be doing another show. For now, let's party, friends. Let's party. See you very soon. Bye-bye.
Miami boy, you know what time it is. Give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. What you waiting for? You only got one life, and we gon' live it up. So give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I got the green light, mommy, and you know what that means. So we can do anything that you dream. I wanna make you ooh, feel you scream, and I practice what I preach, if you know what I mean. Come about that, mommy. Yeah, I got the key and I'ma lock that, mommy. Yeah, we can roll and I'ma rock that, mommy. I do what I say what I mean. I let me jump in between. I'm getting loose in this thing, like OJ the juice in this thing. Feeling like left eye, I burn the roof in this thing. I got all the women getting naked, feeling like Luke in this thing. That's the game. Now I got the green lit and the green right. All I need is nothing for you to give me the green light, so I can run through it like a easy pad. Find a G-spot and step on the gas. Give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time. What you waiting for? You only got one life, and we gon' live it up. So give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. Cause I'm ready to go. I got the Midas, I'm blown rider, you know I'm all about that beat. She ready, then I'm ready, pull up on her with the Chevy, real talk when the lights turn green. Give me what I asked for, I got a passport, Mr. International, I hit the airport. If you knew the kind of work that I transport, that Rihanna do me right to the crash course. I like the cleanest, leanest, I'm the meanest, glow a genius, smoking beans, you never seen this, I have a dream this, that 200 on the dash got me beaming. I'm tryna ride out, riding strikes 75, 100 vibe out, ride out, shout out, I'll be the honey gon' ride out. Red light, green light, everybody take a shot. Red light, green light, give me everything you got. Red light, green light, everybody take a shot. Red light, green light, give me the green light, cause I'm ready to go. Let's have a good time.